Hello everyone, I'm Tam, and we're back with another spurious dish. I have I have one cooked crab to work with. Mr. Crab is dead now. So it's cooked, it's not raw, it's cooked already. Doesn't really matter. And some pasta, specifically the fettuccine cut of it. So let's make some cheesy crab meat pasta. I'm only going to use the meat from the legs. I'll save the head of the crab for a soup recipe, probably tomorrow or something. So for this recipe, just the meat of the crab. So you can like buy a can of crab meat. Would be the same thing. Or just like, I guess, take the legs off the crab and manually yourself squeeze out the meat. That's exactly what I'm going to do later on. Up to you. I have, lime. Citrusy flavors usually go pretty well with like seafood. Because seafood is kind of like salty, a bit like watery salty, plus the citrus, so it's a nice kind of like flavor. I'm using a Monterey Jack cheese to add. I'm not gonna use Parmesan because Parmesan is more like lighter. It feels more lighter. I want something more kind of heavy and kind of dark, so I'm going with like Monterey. It's like a nice kind of denseness to it. Unsalted butter, so no salt. White onion. A yellow onion will be the same. The white onion just makes it look a bit more appealing because once you cook this, it'll be like translucent, kind of see-through. So it's a nice kind of like vibe. And have parsley. So not cilantro. Cilantro is too kind of like minty. Cilantro goes well with like dark meat, like I guess lamb or beef. That's nice. For I guess seafood, you want something kind of more earthy, more kind of green, like a dark forest. So that's exactly what parsley kind of does. It's like a dark, dense forest, kind of like a smell. So that's used to garnish. So this is going to garnish at the end, just kind of toss over the plate. Yeah, so that's the idea. I'll slice these down into like 0.25 inch squares. So the first step we'll do is get the meat from the crab. I'll peel off the crab leg, squeeze out the meat. So that's done. I'll cut the onion, and then the crab meat plus the onion will simmer inside the pan. So the pan with the butter for probably I guess 25 minutes, something like that. So that way the flavor has a chance to develop, both the crab flavor and also the onion flavor. And then we're adding the cheese, probably all of this. This is 8 ounces, so still doing the entire thing, plus like a lime. Lime is more intense than lemon. If you're doing lemon, you probably want like 2 lemon. Lime, 1 lime will be the kind of same kind of like strongness as probably 2 lemon. Lemons is kind of more sweet. Lime is way more kind of citrus, so it's just kind of straight out there. And then yeah, so then we'll add this in there into the pan, and that should give us the sauce. So we have onion, chopped onion, crab meat, butter, Monterey Jack, and then lime, and that creates the sauce right there. And this will be chopped up as well, left to the side. Chop this up and leave it to the side. So kind of like mince this up into like small bits, leave it to the side, and then I'll boil this for about I guess 12 minutes, so it becomes kind of soft and tender. And then once that's done, we'll put the pasta into the actual sauce, stir around, maybe like cook it a little bit more for like 5-10 minutes, so that everything kind of like finishes off together, and then you just plate of it, and then you just serve it on a plate, and that's about it. So the hardest part for me is squeezing out the meat here. So I'll get back to you when I'm ready for the next part. All right, and now we're back. I have about probably 4 ounces of crab meat, just to estimate. Hold on. Let me just guess. Yeah, 4 to 6 ounces, something like that, of crab meat. I diced the onions up. I decided to make it smaller so that way it kind of blends into the back. It kind of blends into the background. So this is like 0.1 inch squares. I think that's what originally I wanted like 0.25 inch. However, I'm switching it to 0.1. I think that's what I said earlier anyway. So we're going with 0.1 inch squares. I minced up the parsley. Very dark. Smells like, I guess, has a kind of like dark, earthy kind of seaweed aroma to it. So I'll probably put this in the fridge so it stays kind of cool. Wrap it up, put it in the fridge while these cook. So the butter is good to go. Melt it down. Let me just put the phone aside. Actually, I'll move this pot for now. There we are. So let's put in the ingredients. All right. Heat is off. Where are we? Onion here, white onion. Just gotta move it down. Like that. Move it down like that. Move it down. There we are. And then also the crab meat. So that way we have like the crab juice. Yeah. Crab meat is kind of like mild. So the more you have, the more juice you can get out. I think with this amount, we should still be okay. I mean, it's not like super crazy, you know, but you definitely will notice a hint of the crab meat, let's put it that way. So let me just move this around all around here. So coat this evenly with the butter, and then we'll let this kind of simmer on low, medium to low, for like maybe like 25 minutes. I want the onions to be very kind of like gentle near the end. And I want a lot of like crab flavor to kind of like go through here. We may have to add some water. I don't know. I will not use tomato paste. That's pretty popular for a sauce, but I'm not gonna do that. So we may just add a bit of water near the end, because once we bring in the cheese, that definitely will do something. Just move around a bit more. And evenly coat this up. Like that. Like that. Cool. Okay. Sorry about that. So probably like maybe I guess 2 cups of water later on. So that way we have a bit like liquid to work with, because the cheese will just kind of melt to whatever exists. So yeah, it's just, it won't be actually like a sauce unless I add some kind of liquid. Usually people use tomatoes puree or something like that to kind of like make it a bit more thick and chunky. But anyway, let's see how far this goes. I'll probably leave this maybe like I guess 20 minutes, some of that. As I do this, I'm also going to boil the pasta as well. I'll probably need like 8 cups of water to kind of like boil it. Once I finish boiling the pasta for like 12 minutes, I will actually drain the water out, and then kind of like put in cold water, so that way it doesn't cook anymore. It stops cooking, because if I leave the pasta in, it will still cook because the water is still hot. So we'll boil it, cook it for like 12 minutes, dump the water out, and then replace it with like fresh cold water, so that way it doesn't cook anymore, kind of just stays in place, freezes in time, so to speak. So I'll come back when I'm ready for the next part. And we're back. I let this simmer for about 15 minutes. I didn't want to push it further because the oil would have like started to dry up. So it's still kind of like oily, you see? Still pretty oily and nice. Also the onions cooked up pretty well. So I kind of just stopped it. The smell is very complicated and complex. Yeah, it smells like kind of like sea onions and something like that. If you add tomato right now, the smell will be perfect. Because the tomato will be like a kind of a herby, a sweetness to it. Anyway, I'm done with the pasta fettuccine. It's already cooked. It's still a bit firm, which I like more than like being super soft. So it's has a nice kind of like a bite to it anyway. So I took it out, changed it with cold water. See, this is cold water. See, this is a cold water. I took it off the stove, so it should kind of just cool there for a little bit. All right, so let's actually move on to the actual sauce itself. I'm gonna throw all of this in, 8 ounces. I think it should be fine. Actually, let's do 4 ounces. I've actually never done this sauce. I've never done any pasta sauce at all. So with cheese anyway. So let's put like half of this. See how it does. So I guess 4 ounces here. So that should be 4 ounces. Oops, there more. So that's 4 ounces right there. That should be 4 ounces. That should be oops. Yeah, that should be 4 ounces. Let's see how it does. Let's see what this does actually. So bring it up. 4 ounces here. Yeah. It probably won't be enough. 4 ounces. If I throw in like another ounce plus I like add a cup of water, it'll probably be pretty cool. Yeah. So all 8 ounces in. There cheese. All 8 ounces of Monterey Jack. Look at that. Kind of goes through the foil. And it's got, yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. It's gonna stick pretty well. It's gonna become very kind of lumpy-ish. So stick to the pan. Unless I kind of move around a little bit more. There should be enough liquid here to not be an issue. We'll kind of see. Yeah, it's starting to be kind of this. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to add the lime too. The liquid from the lime will probably be enough to kind of like keep it separated. So I'm just kind of squeeze some lime juice here. Yeah, sorry, I don't have any like squeezer thing, so I'm using my teeth. It's kind of gross, but it's okay. We'll do what we can. I'll just like squeeze it a little bit. All right, nice. Yeah, lime juice has a lot of water in it actually. So we may actually need to add more water because there's so much water already. Oops, I need to keep stirring. There's so much water in the lime juice itself. It probably just keep everything. Yeah. Yep. The lime juice definitely has enough liquid in it. No doubt. If I keep stirring pretty well, it should be okay. Or like very slowly cook this, it'll be okay. Starting to look pretty cool. A little more. That's kind of nice, yeah. Let me just like pull it out of this. So there it is, lime juice plus Monterey Jack. So I'll let this kind of like cook until it's kind of like very melted and kind of just like one thing, and then I'll combine it with the pasta. Probably won't have to probably just like cook it for like another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll make a plate out of it. All right, and this is our final product: cheesy crab meat pasta fettuccine. Whoa. Looks pretty cool, actually. Very nice. I wish that the sauce was a bit more creamy and not like chumpy, lumpy. You see, the sauce is like very kind of lumpy, kind of just sticks to like a place. So you have like blobs everywhere instead of like a creamy like texture across the entire thing. I should probably add like a little bit more water, but that's okay. This still looks pretty good. I forgot how much the pasta absorbs the water. I only use half of this, so 8 ounces dry pasta. So there's another serving size in the pan. I'll probably just do something else with this. That's okay. Yeah, because pasta is like rice, it absorbs the water as it cooks. And this is vabama. I use probably like maybe like one tablespoon of like chopped parsley to garnish this. There's still like a lot of chopped parsley here. A lot of chopped parsley. This is only like only like 1 tablespoon. So that's 1 tablespoon. All right, so let's see what it tastes like. Put the phone to the side here. Oh no, come on. That's good, yeah. All right. Yeah, I probably use too much parsley because the smell is kind of like overwhelming the sauce, the parsley smell. So it smells like dense parsley with like a bit like crab lemon creaminess. Yeah, the parsley just like creates a barrier because the smell is so strong with the parsley. So you have to like dig into it with your nose to actually go past the barrier and smell the actual sauce and the rest of the meal. Yeah, the parsley like creates like a barrier or something. It smells nice, like lemon, crab, creaminess. All right, let's see what it tastes like. You have like a piece of everything. So this has crab, parsley, and also a cheese. So let's see what it's all about. Yeah, it smells nice. Kind of smells like homey. Smells like you're back at home or something. Kind of nice. It's okay. It's nothing too crazy. The fettuccine, the pasta, is still too firm. I should have cooked it more, put like another 6 minutes or some of that. It's still way too firm for me. It's kind of like the texture is kind of strong, kind of like ruins the other texture because the crab meat is soft. The sauce is like creamy soft, and parsley is also soft. However, the pasta is like kind of like strong, like sturdy, so it kind of like ruins the other texture. The sauce is too clumpy. like a lumpy everywhere. It should be more kind of like smooth and kind of just like smooth and evenly dispersed around the entire thing. So it should not be the sauce should not be its own texture. The sauce should be like a coating around the entire like pasta. Right now it's like a small lumps of ball, small lumps of like ball everywhere. Kind of like weird to eat. Yeah, I'm not exactly happy with this right now because the pasta is just it's more firm than I want it to be, and also the sauce is like a small lumps of ball. You see, there's like small lumps of like a ball everywhere, so it's like kind of awkward to eat sometimes. It should be like a thin layer of like sauce, like a coating, like a glaze, so to speak. That's the way to go. I probably should have cooked the sauce for a bit longer so it has more time to like meld, and also add a bit of like liquid so it kind of like doesn't like stick as much together. That's okay. This is the first pasta I believe in a series for what I remember anyway. Have a good day, everyone.